in The Modern Parent, we are talking about the importance of investing in early education for your child. And here to tell us more is Heather Grocott from the Children's Workshop. Good morning.
Good morning.
Anytime we hear a parenting tip, it's a fine line to balance because no parent wants to be, told what to do.
Right.
But when it comes to investing in early education, there's plenty of research that backs this.
There is so much research. There's an abundance of research that indicates to us as professionals in the field of early childhood that investing in a child's early years of life, primarily that birth to age 5, age group, is one of the most important investments that we can make, which really does yield some of the biggest returns on our investment.
I'm realizing too, it closes and it even prevents the achievement gap, as well as starting them early, I'm sure can really set the scene.
Right. I think that, in terms of the achievement gap, if we are investing in early childhood education, we are sending our students to school at age 5 when they go to kindergarten already, prepared and ready to learn. So that is actually helping us prevent some achievement gaps in our schools. And, furthermore, research shows us that if we pay attention to those early years in a child's life, we can prevent some of those achievement gaps from occurring later on, in ages, grades 4th, 5th, and 6th grade.
So let's talk about the importance of starting young. Okay, they've had that base. Where can that take them looking ahead as they grow?
I think that people don't realize how many advantages later on in life early childhood education can actually have for our society, really. So research shows that if children are placed in high-quality early learning centers between birth and 5, they live healthier lives. It's just a known fact. Their overall health later in life is much greater. We also see that they're actually much more likely to work in a profession where they're making a higher wage than those individuals who are not. So when we talk about research, we're really looking at a body of research that has taken place over decades, and the facts are there, but it's time that we really pay attention to what the research is showing us.
And that's what you really want families to take away, right? The important message here is just to have the learning start.
Yeah, I think the most important message, Michaela, is young children need a voice. And, we as their parents, as teachers, and community members, we are the only voice that they can have because they're so young.
Right.
So I think that, especially during an election year, it's really important to pay attention to that early childhood piece because I think we tend to forget how many problems we can rectify, how much early intervention, can make a difference in the life of a young child.
Yeah. It's all wonderful points, and like you said, it's all for the betterment of that child.
Really, yeah, absolutely.
Thank you so much, Heather. Great information, and if you'd like to share any of the information that you just heard, be sure to check out roadshow.com and click on the Modern Parent channel.